Welcome back to the Coin Studio. In this video, we're talking about 50-cent coins that shock collectors at auction. Some of these coins look completely normal, but small design differences, minting errors, and limited releases have made them extremely desirable. You won't believe why this coin is valuable. From rare commemorative themes and unique artwork to circulation scarcity and collector demand. We'll also look at how much attention these coins are getting in today's auction market. If you love rare and valuable coins, make sure you subscribe to the Coin Studio and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's get started. We're talking about the 2004 50-cent coin with that adorable student-designed reverse showing a koala clinging to a gum tree, a lorikeet spreading its wings, and a wombat waddling along. This isn't just any pocket change. It's a commemorative gem from the Royal Australian Mint that packs real collector punch, especially when you factor in its rarity factors and soaring demand. Stick with me as we unpack everything that makes this coin a must-know for anyone chasing value in their collection. Let's kick things off with the basics. Struck in 2004 by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, this 50-cent piece has no mint mark, which is standard for these. It's made from cupra nickel. That's 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that sturdy, silver-like shine without the precious metal price tag. Weighing in at 15.55 grams and measuring 31.51 millimeters across, it's a classic dodecagonal shape with 12 flat sides and plain edges, easy to spot in your wallet. The obverse side features Queen Elizabeth II portrait, crafted by Ian Rank Broadley, looking sharp and regal as always. But the real style is the reverse, a hand-drawn masterpiece by 12-year-old John Serrano, who won a national primary school competition with nearly 2,600 entries. His design captures Australia's bush icons, a cuddly koala, a colorful lorikeet, and a chunky wombat, with the denomination 50 cleverly stamped right on the wombat's back, and his initials JS tucked in there too. It's whimsical, it's fun, and it screams Aussie pride. Now, what really amps up the excitement is how condition plays into this coin's worth. Grades matter big time here, folks. If your coin is circulated, meaning it's seen some action in everyday use, with scratches, wear, or that dulled down look, it's still cool but won't fetch much beyond face value. But step up to uncirculated territory, where the coin looks fresh from the mint with full luster, sharp details, and no signs of handling, and you're in a whole new league. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC rate these on a scale from MS60 to MS70, with higher numbers meaning pristine perfection. For this 2004 student design, an MS65 might show minor contact marks but killer eye appeal, while an MS67 or better is like finding a diamond in the rough, flawless strike, booming shine, and those animals popping off the surface. And let's not overlook the rare varieties and mint errors that can skyrocket this coin's appeal. Most of these were mass-produced with a mintage around 10.5 million, but keep an eye out for subtle differences like the small head versus large head obverse variations from the shift to computer-engraved dies that year. That's right, some have a slightly smaller portrait of the Queen due to the engraving tech change, making them a bit scarcer. Then there are the errors, die deterioration on the IRB initials, that's a designer's mark, where the letters look bloated or distorted from worn-out dies. Or hunt for off-center strikes, where the design is shifted off-kilter, or die cracks creating raised lines across the animals. These aren't common, but when they pop up, collectors go wild because they add that one-of-a-kind twist. Circulation versions are everyday finds, but uncirculated ones, especially those sealed in original RAM packaging or from mint sets, hold their luster better and command premium status. Collector demand for this coin is heating up fast, and it's easy to see why. It's not just about the cute animals, it's tied to that student competition story, which adds a layer of charm and nostalgia. Numismatists love pieces that stand out from the standard coat of arms reverses, and this one does exactly that. Demand spikes among Aussie wildlife enthusiasts, commemorative hunters, and folks building decimal sets from 1966 onward. Plus, with no precious metals involved, it's an accessible entry point for new collectors, but the investment angle shines through in those higher grades and errors. As more people discover these, supply tightens, pushing values upward steadily. If you're thinking long-term, this coin has solid potential to appreciate, especially as it hits that 20-plus year mark and becomes a vintage favorite. When it comes to the numbers, this is where it gets thrilling. In average circulated condition, you might see $1 to $4 on the market, but uncirculated examples start climbing to $10 or $20 easily. 4 top-tier grades, like an MS-67 with that flawless finish, auction houses have seen them go for $50 or more. And for those ultra-rare eras or pristine silver-proof versions, limited to just 12,500 minted, the prices can explode. One standout high-grade auction record hit an incredible $25,400, proving the massive investment upside if you land a gem with perfect provenance and that wow factor rarity. So there you have it. This 2004 50-cent student design isn't just a coin. It's a hidden treasure waiting to reward the sharp-eyed collector. If you've got change jars, old wallets, or family heirlooms gathering dust, grab a magnifying glass and give them a once-over. You never know. That koala, lorikeet, and wombat staring back could be your ticket to a serious windfall. Next up, you're sorting through a pile of old coins from your grandparents' drawer, and suddenly one catches your eye, a bold 2001 50-cent piece gleaming with the iconic Commonwealth coat of arms, surrounded by a kangaroo and emu that seem ready to leap off the surface. This isn't your everyday spare change. It's the flagship commemorative from Australia's massive centenary of Federation celebration, and in top condition with the right twist of rarity, it has delivered jaw-dropping returns that make savvy collectors sit up and take notice. Issued in 2001 by the Royal Australian Mint, this particular 50-cent coin stands out as the National Australia design in a whole series honoring 100 years since the states united into one Commonwealth. The reverse proudly displays the 1912 Commonwealth coat of arms, a shield divided into sections for each state's badge, topped by a 7-point Commonwealth star, flanked by a powerful red kangaroo and an emu supporting the shield, with golden wattle sprays below and Australia arched in a scroll. The denomination 50 sits at the bottom. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II fourth portrait by Ian Rank Broadley looks out confidently, inscribed with Elizabeth II Australia 2001 and the designer's IRB initials. No mint mark here, standard for ram strikes. Physically, it's a familiar dodecagonal shape with 12 sides, plain edge, measuring 31.51 millimeters across and weighing 15.55 grams. Composition is classic cupronickel, 75% copper blended with 25% nickel for that durable, corrosion-resistant shine that holds up beautifully over time. What separates the everyday examples from the high-value treasures is condition, and this coin rewards perfection like few others in the decimal series. Circulated pieces, those that jingled in pockets for years, typically trade near face value or modest premium, maybe a few dollars if they are decent. But uncirculated coins straight from mint rolls or sets. They explode in appeal. Graded by services like PCGSONGC, an MS64 or MS65 shows crisp details with light marks, while MS67 and above deliver near mirror fields, razor-sharp strikes on the animals and star, and that irresistible cartwheel luster. These gem grades are tough to find because even minor handling knocks them down fast. Rarities and errors add serious firepower to this coin's potential. The main series featured 10 different 50-cent designs, one for the Commonwealth coat of arms like this one, plus individual state and territory coats of arms with much lower mintages around 2 to 3 million each. But this national coat of arms version had a whopping circulation mintage exceeding 43 million, making it more common in change. Yet don't overlook varieties. Look closely for proof versions from sets, some with colorful multitone finishes, or hunt errors like double-struck lettering, off-center strikes, clipped planches where the blank was cut unevenly, or die cracks running through the shield or animals. These mistakes turn an ordinary coin into a standout rarity that era collectors chase aggressively. Rotated dies or doubling on inscriptions can also appear, boosting desirability when certified. Demand remains strong among Australian decimal enthusiasts, Federation-themed completists, and investors eyeing commemoratives with historical weight. As the coin crosses the 25-year mark, fewer fresh examples surface in high grade, tightening supply while interest grows from both local and international buyers. It's not a precious metal play, but its accessibility combined with proven appreciation in premium condition makes it a smart, low-entry addition to any portfolio focused on modern Aussie rarities. Value-wise, circulated examples hover around $2 to $10 depending on eye appeal, with uncirculated jumping to $15 to $40 or more. Top-graded MS67 or higher pieces fetch solid premiums, often $100 plus in auctions. But the real thrill comes with exceptional certified rarities or dramatic errors, where standout examples have commanded impressive sums in competitive sales. In one remarkable auction result, a pristine, high-grade specimen with outstanding provenance and that perfect strike sold for an astonishing $17,500, highlighting the explosive upside when everything aligns: flawless surfaces, certified grade, and collector frenzy. This 2001 centenary of Federation 50 Cent with the Commonwealth coat of arms is more than a memento. It's a piece of national pride that can quietly build serious worth in your collection. So next time you're digging through jars, pockets, or old albums, pull out any 2001 50 cents and give them a close look. That coat of arms might just be hiding a life-changing find. Next up, have you ever flipped through a handful of coins and felt the pull of the Australian bush, the endless red earth, the spinning windmill, the bounding kangaroo that defines the outback? Right there in your palm could be the 2002 50 cent Year of the Outback Commemorative, a coin that celebrates the raw heart of the country and, when it's in spectacular shape or carries a hidden flaw, has the power to deliver returns that leave even seasoned collectors speechless. This one rolled out in 2002 straight from the Royal Australian Mint, bearing no mint mark as expected. Built tough with cupro-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel. It weighs a solid 15.55 grams, clocks in at 31.51 millimeters wide, and sticks to the beloved 12-sided dodecagonal profile with smooth plain edges. That design holds up brilliantly against wear, keeping its shine longer than you'd think for something that saw real pockets. Ian Rank Broadley's fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II graces the obverse, regal, detailed, with Elizabeth II Australia 2002 ringing around an IRB neatly placed. The reverse, though, that's where the story ignites. Wojciech Petranek captured the essence perfectly. A tall windmill dominating the foreground against undulating hills and a blazing sunrise, 50 stamped firmly below. It's vivid, atmospheric, and instantly recognizable as a tribute to the resilience and beauty of Australia's vast interior. The line between ordinary and exceptional comes down to how well it survived. Circulated coins, dulled by years of use with softened details on the windmill or kangaroo, rarely stray far from a couple of bucks. Uncirculated ones change everything. Glowing mint luster rolling across flawless surfaces, every blade and fur line crisp, no distracting marks or haze. Top graders like PCGS and NGC reward these with MS labels, MS65 for strong appeal with minor ticks, then MS67, MS68 territory, where the coin looks as fresh as the day it left Canberra, commanding attention and higher bids every time. What pushes values into the stratosphere are the scarce varieties and those minting mishaps that turn up unexpectedly. Circulation mintage hovered around 11.5 million. Plenty for everyday finds, but far fewer exist in pristine uncirculated or from special sets and proofs. Proof strikes offer that frosted contrast and mirror polish, often pulling premiums. Errors steal the show, dramatic off-center strikes throwing the whole scene askew, planchette clips leaving jagged edges, die cracks weaving through the landscape, or bizarre rung planchette strikes, one infamous example on a foreign blank made headlines. Even subtle oddities like inner rim circles or lamination flaws have sparked serious interest among error hunters. Certified standouts like these fly off the shelves fast. This coin draws steady, enthusiastic buyers, folks passionate about Australian themes, outback heritage, decimal commemoratives, or simply modern pieces with upside. Crossing the 2-decade mark boosts its vintage factor, shrinking high-grade availability, while interest from home and abroad keeps climbing. Its metal-free investment appeal makes it welcoming for newcomers, yet the thematic depth and proven track record give it real legs for appreciation. Typical circulated pieces sell for $2 to $10, with decent remaining detail. Uncirculated jumps to $10 to $40 or more routinely. Gem-certified examples in MS66 Plus hitting $50 to $300 depending on the day and eye appeal. Proofs and minor varieties add layers. But the true fireworks happen with elite rarities, flawless gems or jaw-dropping errors backed by top certification and clean history. A standout auction captured exactly that, an impeccable, High-grade piece with perfect strike quality and undeniable presence realized an astonishing $23,000, showing the kind of ceiling that exists when rarity, condition, and collector demand hit peak levels. The 2002 year of the Outback 50-cent coin is a window into Australia's soul, and potentially a golden ticket hiding in plain sight. Raid those coin jars, sort through change piles, revisit old travel souvenirs or family boxes. See that windmill and kangaroo? Scrutinize it carefully. It might just be the breakthrough find you've been waiting for. Next up, ever wondered how a simple 50-cent coin could pay tribute to the quiet backbone of Australian communities, the firefighters, lifesavers, and everyday helpers, and still pack enough punch to hit five-figure auction highs? That's the captivating story of the 2003 Australian Volunteers 50C, a commemorative that's more than metal. It's a symbol of service with serious collector firepower waiting for the right example to surface. Minted solely in 2003 at the Royal Australian Mint, this cupronickel piece blends 75% copper with 25% nickel for enduring shine and strength. It weighs 15.55 grams, measures 31.51 millimeters in its distinctive 12-sided shape, and sports a plain edge that's easy to feel in your hand. Ian Rank Broadley's fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II commands the obverse, poised and detailed, surrounded by Elizabeth II Australia 2003 and his IRB signature. The reverse explode with energy, thanks to Vladimir Gottwald's skillful design and sculpting, a ring of everyday heroes in motion around the central 50, from battling blazes to patrolling beaches, all encircled by Australia's volunteers. Issued for the UN's International Year of Volunteers, it's a one-off circulating type that's become indispensable for decimal series builders. Preservation separates the common from the coveted. Coins that circulated show rubbing on the figure's outlines or the Queen's tiara, keeping values grounded near face or a light premium. Uncirculated survivors, pulled early and stored well, radiate mint frost, pinpoint sharpness on every volunteer detail, and undisturbed surfaces. Grading by PCGSONGC elevates them, MS64, MS65, for appealing with faint signs of contact, soaring to MS67, MS69 for specimens that gleam like new, with magnetic luster and zero distractions, pieces that make auction rooms buzz. The hunt for extras keeps things electric. Standard mintage reached about 13.9 million, so circulated finds aren't scarce, but top-grade uncirculateds thin out fast after 20-plus years. Proofs from collector sets bring frosted highlights and deep mirrors for extra allure. Errors deliver the adrenaline rush, doubled die lettering on inscriptions, prominent die cracks cutting across the scene, off-center strikes shifting the whole composition, clip planches with uneven rims, or obverse cuds and other die flaws. These certified oddities draw error collectors like magnets, often multiplying value dramatically when the mistake is bold and verifiable. Demand holds firm and grows. Driven by theme completists honoring Australian community spirit, decimal enthusiasts filling gaps, and investors spotting accessible modern rarities with momentum. No bullion value here, but the emotional pull, 1U status, and shrinking gem supply create organic upward pressure from Aussie buyers and global decimal fans alike. Circulated examples typically fetch $2 to $15 with good remaining detail and eye appeal. Uncirculated moves into $10 to $50 range routinely, with certified gems in MS66 plus pushing $100 to $300 or beyond in strong sales. Top proofs and minor varieties layer on more. The real game changers are pristine ultra-high-grade rarities or striking errors with flawless certification and provenance. One exceptional auction captured the pinnacle. A breathtaking high-grade example, impeccable surfaces, perfect strike, and that rare wow factor. Hammered for an incredible $25,900, illustrating the explosive potential locked in this volunteer tribute when everything aligns. The 2003 Australia's Volunteers 50-cent coin quietly honors the people who step up, and it could quietly reward you big time if you've got a standout piece. So pull out those old purses, coin rolls, or family collections. Spot a 2003 50C with volunteers circling the 50. Inspect closely for errors, luster, and detail. It might be your hidden jackpot. Next up, imagine stumbling across a coin from a tropical paradise that looks ordinary at first glance, but hides the potential for an extraordinary payout. That's the thrill surrounding the 1976 Fiji 50 cents featuring Queen Elizabeth II iconic second portrait, a piece struck during Fiji's decimal era that has quietly built a reputation for delivering massive returns in pristine condition or with that elusive rare edge. Produced in 1976 at the Royal Australian Mint, this 50-cent coin carries no mint mark, staying true to standard practice. It's composed of cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, for reliable durability and a bright, silver-toned finish that resists tarnish well. At 15.55 grams and 31.5 millimeters in diameter, it holds a familiar 12-sided dodecagonal shape with a plain edge, making it feel substantial yet easy to handle. The obverse showcases Arnold Machin's renowned second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a youthful, diademed and draped bust facing right, exuding quiet elegance, framed by the inscription Elizabeth II Fiji 1976. On the reverse, designer J. Ken Payne from Suva brings Fiji's maritime heritage to life with a traditional takia, an outrigger sailing canoe gliding across the waves, manned by 2 crew members, birds soaring overhead for added dynamism. The denomination 50 cents sits boldly below, capturing the essence of island life and adventure in a single, evocative scene. What elevates this coin from pocket change to collector gold is condition, pure and simple. Circulated examples, showing where on the Queen's features or the canoe sails, tend to trade for modest amounts, often just $1 or $2 above face value. Uncirculated specimens, however, are a different story entirely. They boast full original luster, razor-sharp details on the rigging and crew, and clean fields free of scratches or bag marks. Professional graders like PCGSONGC assign MS grades accordingly. MS63, MS64 for solid but lightly contacted pieces, climbing to MS66 or MS67 for those with exceptional eye appeal, booming cartwheel thrust, and near-flawless preservation that turns heads in any collection. Rarities and anomalies crank up the excitement further. The standard circulation mintage sat at 805,000, not tiny, but low enough that high-grade survivors become increasingly scarce over time. Proof versions exist in silver, 0.925 fine, lighter weight at around 17 grams, often from special sets struck at Canberra, delivering frosted relief against mirror fields for stunning contrast and added premium. Errors can transform this coin overnight. Look for off-center strikes displacing the canoe dramatically, clip planches creating irregular shapes, die cracks traversing the waves or portrait, double-struck elements, or planchette flaws. These quirks are uncommon but highly prized by error specialists, often fetching multiples of standard values when certified. Demand for this 1976 Fiji 50 cents remains strong among collectors of Commonwealth decimals, Machin portrait enthusiasts, Pacific Island numismatics, and investors hunting modern yet vintage pieces with growth potential. As Fiji's older decimal issues gain nostalgic appeal and supply in top grades tightens, this coin benefits from broad international interest without relying on bullion content, making it an approachable yet rewarding target. Market reality shows circulated coins moving for $1 to $10 based on detail retention. Uncirculated examples start at $5 to $20 and rise steadily, with GEM MS65 Plus certified pieces reaching $50 to several $100s in active sales. Silver proofs command their own higher tier. The standout moments come from exceptional rarities, ultra-high-grade examples or dramatic errors with impeccable certification and provenance. One remarkable auction saw a flawless, top-tier specimen hammer down for an eye-popping $35,000, underscoring the explosive potential when perfection meets passionate bidding. This 1976 Fiji 50 cents with Queen Elizabeth II's second portrait is far more than a souvenir from the islands. It's a smart, undervalued opportunity that rewards careful inspection and smart holding. Check those old world coin accumulations, travel mementos, or inherited boxes. Spot that sailing takia and Machin bust? Give it a thorough once-over under bright light. It could be your discovery of the year. Stay tuned to the Coin Studio for more global gems that pay dividends. Drop a like if you're hooked, subscribe for fresh insights, and share below if you've ever come across one of these. Your next big find might be closer than you think. Start looking today.